Hi everyone, welcome to this video lecture. Myself, M. Krishna, working as assistant professor in EEE department, St. Peter's Engineering College. In this video, I am going to explain the topic three-phase inverter with 120-degree operation. Three-phase 120-degree model is shown in the slide. Basically, the source is voltage source. There are two different sources are available for the feeding the inverter. They are voltage source and current source. See this? There is one voltage source, and when we keep one capacitor across the voltage source, this will become voltage source inverter. Means that voltage source inverter will provide constant voltage values to the inverter, whereas current source inverter will provide the constant currents to the inverter by keeping one reactor in series with the voltage source. That will become current source. This is the main difference between the voltage source and current source, which we are using to feed the inverter. Here in this case, there is one power electronic configuration. In this configuration, we are going to use thyristors and diodes. Look at this. There are three arms. We can say them as limbs, and there are existing upper group switches, lower group switches, and we can say that T1 and T4 both are connected in series on a particular limb or arm. At the same time, D1, D4 also connected in series, T3, T4, T3, T6, D3, D6, T5, T2, D5, D2 connected in series as shown in the figure. And T1, T3, T5 are the thyristor switches. We can call them as upper group thyristor switches, whereas T4, T6, T2 are the lower group thyristor switches, and D4, D6, D2 are the diodes which related to the lower group. The other name for T1, T3, T5 is positive group switches, and T4, T6, T2 are called negative group switches. So these are the different names that we are allocating to the switches, and we can able to remember very easily its operation. Then we can able to see that there is a three-phase load. This is three-phase load, and one phase is connected to the first arm like this, and the second phase is connected to the second arm like this, the combination of thyristors and diodes. And third phase is connected to the T5, T2 and D5, T2 combination. And this may be a resistive load or RL load. If it is a resistive load, there is no use of diodes which we are connected in the configuration. These are going to be function when the load is RL load, because in the RL load the discharging currents are there whenever the power is not available to the load, the inductor, whatever stored the energy initially when the power is available, must be discharged through a particular path. Here, these diodes are providing the discharging path for the load inductor currents. So here we are going to discussing about the resistive load. That's why we are not considering this diodes operation. We'll see the details. There are existing 6 steps of operation. As the name indicates, this is 120 degree operation. Means that this T1 is going to be in on state for the 120 degrees every time, and T3, T5 also going to be in on state for 120 degrees. Instead of 180 degrees, they are going to be on only for 120 degrees. And one more condition is here, T1, T4 connected in series to a arm, to a limb. Then there is one condition that T1 conducting from 0 to 120 degrees, then the T4 won't comes into action immediately. This T4 will come into action after 180 degrees only. Means 120 to 180 degrees, there is a 60 degrees difference. In the 60 degree, from the first arm, from this first arm, there is no device conducting. After that 180 degrees only, this T4 comes to action for the next 120 degrees. Like that, when we take the T3 and T6, these are all the same thing. First 120 degrees T3 conducting, next 120 degrees, next after that 60 degrees gap, then immediately T6 comes into action. Means when we consider only arms, there is a 60 degrees difference between the making the on off both thyristors which we are connected in series on a particular arm. So this is the main condition here in 120 degree operation. One more thing is that in 120 degrees operation, only 2 switches, means 2 thyristors are going to be on in a particular duration. Let us say from 0 to 60 degrees, there are only 2 thyristor switches are on. One is from positive group, another one is from negative group. We'll see them one by one, and this operation involves these 6 steps which we are going to discuss. We'll see right from step number 1. So this is step number 1. We are showing the switches with respect to their labeling, that is 1, 3, 5, 4, 6, 2, like this. In step 1, so the operation totally is a manual one. It is in our control only. So whether you want to give the gate signal to a particular thyristor is decided by ourselves only. Here what I am doing is, in step 1, I am not giving any gate signal to thyristor 3, thyristor 5 from the positive side, and I am not giving any signal to the thyristor 4, thyristor 2 for the negative group, and I am just giving the gate signal to thyristor 1 and thyristor 2, which are going to be on for this duration. When we consider the duration from 0 to 60, thyristor 1 is on, thyristor 6 is on. It is in our control only. When I am doing like this is the source applying to the configuration. Then that current I1 is flowing like this, and it is having the nodes here. Then these current trying to move this side also, but because of not giving any signal to the thyristor 3 and thyristor 5, the current won't goes to this way. The only path to flow the current is through the thyristor 1 like that and going to the load. This is the load we are indicating with impedance. And here we are already given the some labeling for the load also. Here the current is entering into the A terminal of the load and passing through like this and reaching to 0 or O here, and from that the current having the two paths. This is one path and this is another path. But when we see this path, here both the switches are opened, so no current flows through this way. Then only option is this way. The current will flow through like this, because thyristor 6 is also in on condition, and it is going like this and entering back to the source having the closed path. When we see the its equivalent circuit here, see this is the source and current entering like this. This is the load points, load terminals. It is entering into A and going to 0, then afterwards coming out from B and back to the source having the closed path like this. When we apply KVL to this circuit, then as we know, the voltage rises are is equal to the voltage drops. Means there is only one voltage source here and there are two drops. That's why the voltage drop across this part between A and O will be Vs upon 2, means half of the supply voltage, and the voltage drop across this O and B is Vs by 2, means half of the supply. When we add these two, we will get the voltage rise value Vs. Like that the KVL is going to be applied here, obeyed. One more thing is that positive group switches are associated with the positive voltages, means Vs by 2 like that. Negative group switches are associated with the negative voltages, means minus Vs by 2. Means suppose in this case the thyristor switch 6 is in on condition, means the voltage across 6 in this portion, means from O to B will be the negative value. You can able to see that in the next slide. Look at this. When you apply KVL here, then VAO means this portion having the voltage Vs by 2. Then VBO is Vs by 2. Now look at this. This is VOB. VOB is Vs by 2. Listen very carefully. This is VOB is Vs by 2. But we are writing here VBO, means opposite to VOB. That will become minus Vs by 2. Please remember that. And no thyristor switch is participating in the operation during the 0 to 60 degrees from the third phase. That's why VCO will be 0. So here we are taking some waveforms, phase voltage waveforms. Means our three-phase system having the two quantities, phase quantities and line quantities. Particularly we are taking in this case voltage values, phase voltage and line voltage. Here in the waveforms we can able to see the phase voltages. Look at this. This is VAO is the phase voltage, VBO is the phase voltage, VCO is the phase voltage. Then as we know, phase A is participating in the operation and having the voltage across the load is Vs by 2. Look at this. This is Vs by 2 value for the VAO. Whereas VBO having the minus Vs by 2. VBO having the minus Vs by 2. It is very clear. And VCO is not participating in the operation. That's why we do not get any voltage for the phase 3 or phase B, C. And when we see the line voltages, and you can able to see the switching conditions of the thyristors also. Here in this case, it is T1 is conducting. This is the 0 to 60 degrees, 0 to 60 to 120 degrees. Then after 120 to 180 degrees, this portion. And T6 is already conducted for the first 60 degrees. Then now it is conducting for the next 60 degrees of its operation, like that. In this duration, line voltage is the combination of both phase voltages, that is VAB is equal to VAO minus VBO. Just we calculate like that. VAO is Vs by 2 and minus of minus Vs by 2, that will become Vs. That's why we are getting maximum voltage across the VAB, across the line VAB. And when we see the VBC also calculated in the same manner, that is VBO minus VCO. VCO is already 0, that's why what is the VBO is there will be coming here, that is minus Vs by 2. Then VCA also having the value because it is line voltage, and calculating in between the two lines C and A. Though the C phase is not participating in the operation, then there exists the line voltage. That is, when you calculate it, VCO is 0 minus Vs by 2. Means we are getting minus Vs by 2 line voltage for the VCA. Next we will see the step number 2. In the step number 2, thyristor number 6 is already completed its 120 degrees operation. Now the thyristor switch 2 is going to be coming into action. Means we are going to on the switch number 2. And here my question is, why not switch number 4 instead of switch number 2 after the conduction of switch number 6? Why? Because here from the first arm already thyristor 1 is in on condition. So when we on the same group, means same arm of thyristor here, means 4, it is a big dead short circuit. Short circuit is occurring here, which damages the entire circuit. So we have to take care about that also. That's why we are not at all giving any gate signal to the thyristor 4 after the conduction of thyristor 6 for its 120 degrees. After 60 degrees operation, we are going to apply the thyristor T3. But before that, from the lower group, one among the 3 thyristors must be operated. For that, thyristor T2 is triggered on. In this case, what happened? The reverse path for the current, instead of this phase number B, now phase number C is supporting the operation like this. Means if the current is entering like this and passing like this and through C and coming back to the thyristor switch 2 and back to the source and having the closed path. So similarly, we are applying the same way KVL to the equivalent circuit. Here same VAB, VAO we already discussed, Vs by 2, but here is VOC is Vs by 2. As we know, lower group is associated with the negative values, negative voltage values. That's why VCO is minus Vs by 2, because it is for the C phase lower switch is operating, and our B phase is not at all participating in the operation during the 60 to 120 degrees. And when we see the phase voltages, VAO is already maintaining its value continuously, and VBO now it is not participating in the operation. That's why that value is reduced to 0 from minus Vs by 2. VCO comes into action in this duration. Now the value is increased from 0 to minus Vs by 2. during this 60 to 120 degree operation. We'll see the line voltages. In this duration, again line voltage VAB is equal to VAO minus VBO. VBO is 0, that's why this VAB value reduced to the Vs by 2. VBC is there, though VBO is 0, then because VCO is presented and it's going to Vs by 2. It is going to be increased from minus Vs by 2 to plus Vs by 2. VCA is calculated VCO minus VAO. As we know, VCO is minus Vs by 2. Minus of Vs by 2 will become minus Vs. Look at this. This is minus Vs. We'll see the step number 3 right now. In the step number 3, the lower group switch from C phase already conducted for 60 degrees of its operation. It has one more 60 degrees to go, and thyristor T1 already completes its 120 degree operation, but after 60 degrees means 180 degrees, then only the thyristor T4 comes into action. Remember that. And from the B phase, there is already 180 degrees operation completed, means 120 degrees T6 conducted. Next 60 degrees, no thyristor conducting from the B phase. Now we are going to switch on the thyristor T3, thereby current is entering like this, entering into switch number 3 and flowing through the load right now. So it is entering into B, O and passing through C and coming back to switch number 2 and entering into that and back to the source. Like this, it is having a closed path. We can able to apply the KVL to this equivalent circuit also, same manner. So now VBO will become Vs by 2. VOC is Vs by 2. But VCO is the negative value, minus Vs by 2. As we know, phase A is not participating in the operation. That's why we do not get any voltage value for the phase A. This value. When we see the phase voltages, as we know, phase A is not participating in the operation. During this condition, 120 to 180 degrees, the phase voltage for A phase going to be 0. For VBO, we are getting positive value. It is from 0 to positive value, positive Vs by 2. VCO, still it is maintaining its minus value, minus Vs by 2. When we see the line voltages, though the phase A is not participating in the operation, it is having the line voltage, means it is reduced to plus Vs by 2 to minus Vs by 2. VBC also calculated like this. Let us see that VBO is Vs by 2 minus of minus Vs by 2 will become Vs. Here is VCA. VCA means VCO minus VAO. VAO is 0, but VCO is minus Vs by 2. Means from its maximum minus values to the, it is reduced to off. Next, look at this. T2 is already conducted for the its 120 degrees. Then after that, no thyristor from C phase conducting for the duration 180 to next 240 degrees. T3 is continuing its operation. Then from the lower group, first phase A, T4 comes into action for the next step. Step number 4, we'll see. Step number 4, as I said, from lower group, from lower group, T4 is conducting. From upper group, T3 is continuing its operation. The current is entering into T3, means B phase, and entering into low like this, and from phase A, it is coming out and going through the source side, having the closed path. In this case, phase B and phase A are participating in the operation, whereas phase C is taking rest. In that case, so phase A, phase B are having the phase voltages. phase C is not having any voltage. We'll able to see here. Look at this. Phase A, lower group thyristor T4 is conducting. That's why it is associated with the negative value minus Vs by 2. From phase B, positive side group, positive side thyristor is operating. That's why it is having plus Vs by 2. This value. And no phase is conducting for the C phase, no voltage for the C phase. Line voltages for this step number 4 are indicating like this in the diagram. Vs value will become minus Vs because this is Vs by 2, sorry, minus Vs by 2 minus Vs by 2. So when we add both, will become minus Vs. VBC, look at this, VBC value reduced to Vs by 2 because C phase is not participating in the operation. That's why half of the voltage is going to be reduced there. Though the C phase is not participating here, it is having the line voltage, that is plus Vs by 2 because A phase is participating. Now we will see the step number 5 and 6 together. In step number 5, it's very easy to understand. This is step number 5 as I am indicating here. In this case, look at this. T4 from phase A means lower group thyristor. T phase A, phase A, T4 is conducting for this duration, and T5 from B phase, sorry, the C phase is conducting. Please remember. So T5 which is there for C phase, T4 which is there for A phase conducting for the duration, whereas B phase taking rest. In that case, the voltage, look at this, the phase voltages, because T4 is a negative group switch having the negative voltage minus Vs by 2, and whereas the T5 is the positive group switch having the positive voltage Vs by 2, whereas no phase voltage for the phase B. And we can able to see the sixth step also, same thing. T6 means here half of the operation left out for the T6, that will come here, and T5 is continuing its operation. If T5 continuing operation means it is having positive voltage Vs by 2. T6 is a lower group thyristor, that's why it is associated with the negative voltage minus Vs by 2, and phase A is not participating. So when we see the line voltages, VAB equal to VAO minus VBO, when we calculate like this, fifth means this is fifth. What happened here? A phase minus value, T4 is working here, B phase not participating, that's why it is reduced to minus Vs by 2. And VBC, VBO is 0 but VCO is plus value, that's why we are getting minus Vc by 2, that is minus Vs by 2, sorry. And then as we know, VCA, phase A and phase C conducting, that's why we are getting Vs value in the fifth step. Sixth step, what happened? Phase A is taking rest, phase B and phase C are working here. So from phase B, lower group thyristor, from phase C, upper group thyristor, positive group thyristor. That's why in that case we are getting like this, only Vs by 2, Vs minus Vs and Vs by 2. Like that we are getting the line voltages. Now how many steps are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Means 6 steps and 6 levels are going to be getting, and the other name for this operation is called 6 pulse thyristor operation. Thank you for watching this video.